In this really quick video, I'm going to show you what I think is probably the best short cold email to send to potential clients if you're just getting started. This is kind of the framework that can work in pretty much any industry. You can get more complicated with the things you do and experiment in cold email, but this framework can pretty much be applied to any B2B business that wants to send their first cold outreach. So we'll start off with word count. In cold email, like there's no like serious rules that you can't write an email that's 200 words. Like sometimes certain industries that will actually work better, but a rule of thumb is usually the shorter the better, and trying to keep it below 100 words and ideally around 70 words so that someone can quickly scan it in like 10 seconds is probably going to get you the best results from what we've seen. But you should always test longer copy because in certain industries they actually prefer that, where you go into way more detail. But here's the actual framework that we've seen work time and time again. So, subject line, do not overthink this. People obsess over subject lines. They're always asking, oh, what subject line did you use? It really doesn't matter as much as you think it does. You literally just need to make it look internal. So, I mean, quick question worked for ages. It still kind of works. It's a little bit saturated, but just become a little bit more creative. Look at the emails you've received from your internal team and see what they look like. They're usually quite short, maybe even one word, and they're most of the time I use like lowercase, just because I think it looks even less salesy and it looks more internal. So yeah, I usually just use one word and I make it kind of related to what the email is about. Um, the first line is quite important. This is probably the one that is going to take you the longest to actually create because you're probably going to have to use Clay or some kind of enrichment tool unless your list is really dialed in and they all look exactly the same. But a lot of the time, your list won't be identical. So having some kind of enrichment in Clay is going to be pretty important. And this first line is all about relevance and timing. So you want to be answering the questions, why them? So why are you reaching out to that specific person, that specific company, and why now? So why are you actually reaching out to them at this point in time? If you don't answer those two questions in that first line or in any part of your email as a whole, then the email comes off as a lot more spammy because it's just like, well, why is that relevant to me? The next line is explaining your offer plus value proposition in quite a short one sentence way, um, that they can just scan and understand what you do straight away. The next sentence is social proof or a case study. Obviously, if you don't have this, you won't include this. This is optional, but it does add power to the email, especially if the social proof or case study is actually a very similar business to theirs. If it's completely different to their company, um, then you might want to just leave it out. But if it is in the same niche as their company, then that can help a lot. And then this is the bit a lot of people get wrong as well, is the soft CTA plus offering free value. So you can definitely test these things out. You can test a hard CTA against a soft one. And what I mean by that is a hard CTA would be like, do you want to hop on a 30-minute call? Like that's, you're asking for 30 minutes of their time straight away when they don't even know you. And a soft CTA would be something like, I've made a video explaining how your specific company could get value from this. Do you want me to send it over? And that's way softer because you're not asking for any time. You're literally asking for them to reply with yes, and then you'll send a video to them. So they don't have to talk to anyone, doesn't take any of their time. And that's what I mean by offering free value. A lot of the time, we'll create some kind of Loom video explaining some kind of framework about the offer. And that seems to work well. That will get you very high positive response rates. Um, but sometimes a lot of people will reply yes, and then your booking rate will still be low because they just watched the video and it's not relevant to them. So definitely test out the two different CTAs, going directly for the call and also sending the Loom video. Next up, you just stick your signature in, and then the PS line, you can kind of add whatever you want. You could add more social proof here, or you can, if you're in like more strict countries like the UK or Europe, you can add in a way for them to unsubscribe in a natural way. So I'm just going to give you an example of what this actually looks like in practice. So in this example, imagine you're targeting B2B companies and you're an accountant offering accountancy services. So literally for the subject, I'd probably just put accounting or just like tax return, like something super simple, lowercase, looks like it's coming from the internal team. Um, Once again, just do not overthink that. First line, this is probably the trickiest bit to create because for you to get this kind of line, I saw you guys are a little late submitting your end of year tax return. It happens. You have to have some kind of trigger, like you must have scraped the people who are over their tax return dates, and then you must have enriched them. So you will have to have some skill using Clay to do this. And if you want to learn how to use Clay, you can watch some of the other videos on my YouTube channel. I'll be posting daily with how-tos on how to use Clay and other cold emails tools. But yeah, this is probably going to be the trickiest part, is getting this trigger down, but it's also the most important because this one sentence answers those two questions. So like, why you guys? Well, because I saw that you haven't submitted your tax return. And then why now? It's like, well, you haven't submitted your tax return, so it's quite urgent. Like, you need to get it done now. Second line is the value prop and explain what our offer is. So you can keep it quite relaxed. So like in this sentence, I'm saying we help you keep off the IRS naughty list while also saving you money by spotting things other accountants don't. So straight away, everyone's going to understand what you guys are doing. Then you got your social proof. So hopefully this company is similar to what their company is, like in the same industry. So we helped FD Industries save 546K last year and currently work for 124 plus businesses. And then you got the soft CTA plus value add. So I've made a quick video going over the framework we use to help companies like yours save money quickly. Shall I send it over? So all they have to reply with is yeah or sure. And then in the PS line, if this isn't of interest, let me know and I'll disappear from your inbox. So just a way for them to unsubscribe as well. What I would say is, like, don't just rely on one framework. You can start with this, but I would definitely test either increasing it and making it more detailed or decreasing it and making it way shorter. I'll show you some examples of that. So you could test out just completely getting rid of the two middle sentences and just going with like the reason why you're reaching out and then the bit of free value that you're giving. You could also try like completely minimizing it and turning it into one sentence, which could be like the reason why you're reaching out, and then going directly for that chat. So is it worth a quick chat to see if we can save you money and get it filed before any penalties or interest kick in? So just testing like different sized emails is quite a good test to do. One other thing is, like, with these Loom video emails, you need to make sure that in whatever sending software you're using, you have a subsequence set up, because you want it so as soon as someone replies with yeah or sure, send it over, that they're straight away sent the Loom video framework, and then that they're put into a sequence where you follow up, because a lot of the time these people will just watch the video and they might not reply. So you need to be following up with them like twice a week or more before you actually get a yes or a no on whether they're interested and want to hop on a call. Otherwise, this Loom strategy probably won't work that well for you, and you'd probably be better off going directly for the call. But yeah, I hope this video has helped you out and has kind of give you an idea of what any generic B2B company could use as a framework that's tried and tested. If you're interested in us doing this service for you or helping you out with anything Clay related, you can book a call with the link below. But other than that, thanks for watching the video.